Welcome to Monday. It is April 22nd of 2024 with Mike Smith, the icon. I'm Dan Ramey, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, everyone.
It is our daily show in which we take a look at topics, news stories, especially on Mondays, a lot of recap from things that happened over the weekend. And, of course, we also will take a look at sports and also the forecast. So why don't we jump right into the forecast now?
If you didn't notice, there was a little bit of frost out there this morning. In fact, we put out on our social media last night that there had been a frost warning for a lot of our area, for those of you who like to keep your plants healthy. And
yeah, you had Aunt Jan all in an uproar. She had to, when I was dropping her off after church last night, oh, my azalea bushes, I have to cover those up.
I think my daughter put some pansies out, but she said they're okay. I don't quite understand how they could be okay and nothing.
Pansies are more hardy than you think.
Yeah.
Than what their name gives them credit for.
How'd they get such a bad rap? But today we're looking for sunshine and 61 for a high. Some clouds tomorrow with a high of 64. We're going to stay a little bit on the cool side for most of the week, maybe warming up by Friday.
All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at what's making news for you, and a lot of big stuff happened over the weekend, so details are just ahead. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor for nearly 5 decades now. If you've got an issue with the comfort in your home through the heating, cooling, or the plumbing, make sure that you click on this ad anywhere you find it on our website, littermedia.com. And for those of you listening on Litter Media Radio today, that is AccurateHVAC.com for accurate heating, cooling, and plumbing. News is on the way next.
Wherever you are there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Budweiser beer, the king is second to...
Who drinks Budweiser? You know the type. The people who grind. Those who don't back down. And the ones who don't quit. They say all people are 6 degrees of separation away from each other. But some are just a 6-pack away. The people who share the same spirit, share the same beer. This Bud's for you.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Haynes Total Healthcare Center on One Medical Drive, right next to Marietta Road. If you are in need of chiropractic care, physical therapy, maybe you want to change up your nutrition, they can do all that for you at Haynes Total Healthcare. Click on this ad anywhere you find it on our website, littermedia.com, and it takes you right to hayneshealth.com. Most of the stories that you'll see us talk about here today or hear us talk about can be found on our website, littermedia.com, as well as through our social media here on Facebook or on Litter Media X. Mm-hmm. And we're starting today with...
Small business. Yeah, small businesses will have a unique opportunity to speak directly with the U.S. Small Business Administration tomorrow in Chillicothe. Officials from SBA will attend, a business walk and roundtable hosted by the Chillicothe Ross Chamber of Commerce that starts at 9 a.m. Following that discussion, SBA, Chamber, and other officials will visit a few downtown businesses before closing with lunch. Now, today's the last day you can get your RSVP in, so call the Chillicothe Ross Chamber of Commerce. Probably you might want to do that before noon today. to get in for sure. Join the Friends of Hopewell tomorrow night to celebrate National Park Week with National Park Trivia at the Poorhouse on 2nd Street in Chillicothe. Prepare to embark on a journey of knowledge and fun. Sign-ups begin at 7:45 p.m. and the excitement kicks off at 8. And yes, this is open to the public. Hundreds of people gathered recently at Southern State Community College in Hillsborough for the 5-County Transition Expo hosted by Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities, the Ohio Department of Education, and Workforce Region 14 State Support Team, and other partners. More than 200 students attended the expo from 16 school districts in Adams, Brown, Highland, Clinton, and Fayette counties. Starting the first week of May and going through the end of September, the Greenfield Police Department would like to help their community in a different way. Officers are offering free lawn care bi-weekly, depending on how many lawns they have, for senior citizens and disabled veterans. This will be done on the officer's own time and with their personal equipment and fuel. The only thing they ask is that the lawns are that of the property owner, they live within Greenfield village limits, and sign a waiver. But I like the name.
It looks a lot like the Husqvarna or the Skag that you'll find down at Hometown Motors, but I don't remember there being a light bar across the top of it.
Maybe that's something that
an add-on that Scott Dyke can put in there.
I think maybe they could do that, yeah. But Cutting with the Cops is the name of that unique program. The Lieutenant Governor's Office is coming to the Pickaway-Ross Career and Technology Center for a ribbon-cutting ceremony on Monday, May the 6th, to unveil a new expansion project. Pickaway-Ross students will be dismissed from the Career Center at 1:45 that day to accommodate the ceremony. You might remember we did a story on that a few months back. That's about an $8 million project. Chillicothe's Tree Commission is announcing that applications are due May 3rd for their 2024 relief, I like the way that's termed, relief program. The aim of the program is to increase the city's tree canopy by awarding 10 dogwood and 10 redwood trees to citizens that apply and are selected among the applicants. If you'd like to get in on that, call 775-1185. Jackson County residents are asked to participate in a survey concerning a future action plan for the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission. It'll be available to you on surveymonkey.com, and once you get into that, just go to Jackson County Survey. You might remember that we had a similar story concerning Pike County a few weeks back. It's National Volunteer Week, and Farm Bureau volunteers show up in countless ways, from hosting kids on their farms, lobbying at the state capitol, participating in the Ag Literacy Volunteer Certification, or by joining a committee. See what you can do, not only if you're ag-related, but volunteer of any kind, because it is National Volunteer Week.
And he said ag-related, not aggravated.
Yeah, well, sometimes my volunteering can be aggravating. Miami Trace High School hosts their spring production Arsenic and Old Lace May 10th and 11th. Showtimes are 7 p.m. on both days, but they also have a 1 p.m. matinee on May the 11th. Tickets are $8 with shows at the Performing Arts Center at Miami Trace.
Mother's Day weekend.
Yes. And Circleville Eagles bring back the band North to Nashville for their May 11th Boogie on the Blacktop from 7 to 11 p.m. And, Dan, I think we found out that an earlier post that they had put out was last year's date and time. So this is the correct one, May 11th, 7 to 11 at the Circleville Eagles.
All right, coming up, we'll look at sports, but Scioto Valley Dumpsters is the next thing we want to tell you about. 740-253-8389 is the number to call to get a dumpster. I need to get a dumpster, so Carl, I'll be giving you a call here sometime soon. Scioto Valley Dumpsters will bring the dumpster to your place of business or your residence. Once you're done with it, they'll haul it all away for you. 740-253-8389 for Scioto Valley Dumpsters LTD. All right, now it's a matter of me finding what I'm going to play next. And I think I found it. Sports is next. Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Sports time for you now.
This was a nationally impactful weekend for local sports.
Especially Western Ross County.
Yeah. I'll let you start with the first one because you were eyeballing this one.
Yes, little Ainsley Weaver, who we met a few weeks ago. We did a little feature with her at Payne Valley Elementary, and she had qualified for the national finals in the Elks hoop shoot competition. Darn if she didn't go and win the doggone thing. Pretty incredible. There she is with mom and dad and her sister, Kia. And, of course, if you didn't see any of this, she comes away with a trophy that's almost as big as she is.
It actually is taller than her, yeah.
And she's also holding a basketball there. That basketball is awarded as the Garrett Powell Award. And now this is a temporary award because she will get another award here this summer. Now, let me explain. Getty Powell is who it's named after for the girl who made the most shots during the competition. So not only did she win the 8 to 9 year old division, she had the best shooting percentage overall. And she made the first round 10 for 10. She missed on shot number 13. Mm-hmm. And I had the speakers turned up on the YouTube feed that they were doing, and you could hear groans going, oh. And then she got right back on track without any issue, made it all the way through, 24 of 25. She was tied with another girl. They had to go through a 5-shot shoot-off. The girl that went before her made 3 of 5. Ainsley only needed 4. She hit that 4th and then calmly sank number 5.
How about that?
And then they have a shoot-off again amongst the top 2 shooters, and she wins that one.
Good deal.
So pretty big day for this kid. Now, not only will she get to go to Springfield, Massachusetts this summer for the Hall of Fame induction at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, but she will also have her name enshrined at that Hall of Fame as the Getty winner.
That's great.
And having the overall best shooting, she gets invited now to the National Elks Convention in Austin, Texas, also later this year. So having never ridden in a plane before, she is now making 2 more trips. And she said the best part of the trip to Chicago, outside of winning, was the plane ride.
Well, congratulations, Ainsley. That is outstanding.
Yes. Now another national award.
Yeah. With his 2 saves in Mount Vernon Nazarene University's doubleheader win over Goshen Saturday, Payne Valley graduate Cruz McFadden broke the all-time NAIA baseball pitching record with number 44 and now 45th career save. And the season's not over, folks. He will just continue to add on to his all-time career saves record.
When this happened, they had posted a video on the Mount Vernon Nazarene baseball page, and I shared that on our news feed so you can see that final pitch, and then he is mobbed by everybody in the dugout.
Yeah.
Poured out onto the field.
Neat stuff. And a lot of people don't remember he had shoulder surgery and missed, of course, COVID took care of some of that too, but it's amazing that he's still out there playing. Also, Chillicothe native Javon Moffmer will enter the transfer portal. He's headed to Division I NCAA Liberty University.
So he goes from Cedarville, which was a Christian university, to Liberty University, which is a Christian university, continues that stride, but he's able to start working on his master's and everything too, so that's good.
Was I seeing that Liberty, they made the field of 64 this year, didn't they?
I thought they did. I looked through the bracket. They did not. 18-14 was their record this year. And I looked through the NIT bracket. They were not in that either.
It was a year ago.
But I think it was 2 years ago that they were.
So they've been up there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, everybody was talking about the $150 over the weekend. And here's another record that was set. The $150 champions, the Blue Collar Track Club, they started at 8 o'clock Friday night and finished at 10:18 and 29 seconds Saturday morning, setting a new course record of 14 hours, 18 minutes, and 29 seconds.
That's booking it. Now, these photos you're seeing here, this is on the $150 Runners Group. A lot of my photography buddies were posting a lot of pictures. These are some of the favorites by Brian Jones. Jonesy always does a great job taking photos. And I like the one that's got the double line kind of out of focus. That's where they're starting to take off for the day. So pretty cool. So if you want to find that $150 Runners Group on Facebook, they've got a lot of neat photos. And Roger Bloom and a bunch of other people are taking photos that you can watch and see. And a lot of videos in there, too.
Weekend high school scores included, and this is correct, in softball at the top there. Unioto beat Washington 37-1. The Lady Shermans hit 9 home runs in the game, and Unioto's Abby Marshall tied a state record with 4 home runs in the game. She also had 9 RBIs. But I think 2 other Sherman players had 8 RBIs apiece.
That's crazy. 5-inning game.
Yeah, and all of that offense in just a short.
What if they had to play 7 innings?
Yeah, I'm glad. I think Washington's glad they didn't.
Yes.
But there's a matchup that you could see again in the postseason. Washington will do. And speaking of which, as hard as it is to believe, this is not the final week of regular season play, but the tournament draw is this coming Sunday for softball. Baseball will be the following week. Of course, we always have those brackets linked on a web story. Cleveland Cavaliers opened the Eastern Conference Round 1 series with a win over the Orlando Magic Saturday, 97-83. Game 2 in Cleveland tonight.
Devin Mitchell made a comment, I guess, that he can't do it all, so he needs some support in this. I tend to argue, yeah, this guy can do it all.
He does a bunch of it.
He certainly does.
He does a bunch of it.
But to go deep in the playoffs, they'll certainly need more help.
Hey, a great weekend for the Reds and the Guardians. The Reds sweep the Angels, winning 3-0 to get out the broom yesterday. And this was a strange start in that game because Montas, the starter, got hit on the elbow and had to leave after, 3 pitches? And then the bullpen came on and shut him out. Reds and the Phils tonight in Cincinnati. Guardians sweep the A's with a 6-2 win yesterday. They are off tonight, or let's say idle. We don't want to use the term off, and they're on a hot streak right now.
Very true. All right, coming up in a moment, look at this date in history. But first, we have something we want to tell you about.
And by the way, that will stick with sports on that theme today.
I'm searching for it.
Okay, well, I can tell you about them.
There it is.
I can tell you about them. There's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Quality Propane today about our metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
740-773-2196 is the phone number to call. And again, as Mike said, you can find them at litterpropane.com. And yes, I need a little more time to find my next announcement. There it is.
Bingo.
At Rathkamp Financial, we provide wealth management services that may ease clients' fears of financial loss and help them retire comfortably. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good. Kind of not really running solo, but we're used to having Aaron Glandon run things for us, and Aaron is off working on a project today, and hopefully he'll have that done soon, and we'll get him back to push the buttons, because things go smoother when he's here doing that. All right, let's take a look at this date in history. The Litter Media Wayback Machine goes to
1876. The Boston Red Caps. Wait a minute. I thought it was the Boston Red Sox.
And none of them are wearing caps in this photo.
Red Caps. They beat the Phillies, actually the Philadelphia Athletics, 6-5 in the first official National League baseball game. The game, which lasted a little more than 2 hours, is played in favorable weather before 3,000 fans at the Athletics grounds at 25th and Jefferson Streets in Philadelphia. Great interest was manifested in the result. The Philadelphia Inquirer reports, quote, as it really was the first game of importance played this season. But this particular picture is of the, and this comes from Wikimedia Commons, this is the Red Caps in 1879. So this is the team 3 years later than the first National League game in 1876. Of course, the Cincinnati Red Stockings became the first professional baseball team in 1869. So they'd been around, but the National League comes into play on this date in 1876.
Only 12 guys in that photo, and I assume one of them is a player-manager, be my guess.
Good guess, probably.
So,
but they cleaned up well for their team photo.
That's a reminder. We've got the Adena Worthingtons and Ohio Muffins playing on June 1st. There'll be 2 games that day. We'll be playing out at VA Memorial Stadium at 11 o'clock, part of the VA Medical Center's 100th anniversary. Yeah. And then we'll saunter our way up to Adena and play on the grounds there at Adena Mansion and Gardens. That is scheduled to start at 2 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. So the cool thing about this is our jerseys will probably be wet from sweat, but will be clean because there won't be grass stain from playing at the stadium.
I thought you were going to rhyme your second line there.
No, I'm not
wet
Obadiah
with
Harris. Clean and pristine for the second game. But we'll be up at Adena Mansion, and we'll most likely get grass stains on our uniforms at that point in time. Yes, for those of us that won't be dragged off by the team coroner.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for the program today. If you missed the conversation we had earlier today about Gus Macker, you can get that here on our news feed of our Facebook page. Also, tomorrow we have a special edition.
The new director of United Way of Ross County. Her first day on the job is today, and they said, can you give me a day so I can get everything into my belt?
So she'll have a full 24 hours of being on the payroll when she comes in.
We'll introduce her tomorrow. Alicia Gray also.
Correct. With her. Yes. And speaking of Alicia, her mother, Beverly, met with us this past week, along with Garen Veras and also Terry Davis. We talked about the David Nickens Heritage Center golf outing that's coming up in June. So June 15th is the date for that. And that's the project that our Aaron Glandon is working on. So hopefully we'll have something ready to go, I'm guessing by Wednesday of this week, to learn more, not only about the Heritage Center, but also the golf outing. That's it for the program today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for watching on Litter Media Live, and thank you for listening on Litter Media Radio.